Now friends, in the previous case we discussed about positive integral solution of any equation, right? Now suppose we have to find out the integral solution of any equations. Say a plus b plus c is maybe 5, right? Now what is the difference between the two? That is positive integral solutions and just integral solution. That means non-negative integral solution. Here I'm talking about it's non-negative, right? So one is positive integral solution and other is non-negative integral solution. In this case, 0 is not included. And in this case, 0 is included. That means we can assign the values as 005, 500, 014, 410, something like that, right? In this case, we cannot assign 0 as the values, right? Now, how do we approach this case, non-negative integral solution, right? So, see, a plus b plus c is 5. See, basically I am using positive integral solution concept only, but there will be some variation. What that variation is, see, if suppose I take out 1 from each of them, right? Say a minus 1, then b minus 1, then c minus 1, that's 5, right? So if I convert a to a minus 1, b to b minus 1 and c to c minus 1, that means if I take out 1 from each, so after making the positive integral solution, each of them will get at least 1, right? Now at least 1, suppose this is p, q and r. Now p, q and r are at least 1. That means p plus q plus r is 5. We have to find out the positive integral solution. So if they are getting at least 1, so if I add a minus 1 plus 1, that means a will be equal to 0, right? If I get I'm having a minus 1, if I give 1 to a, so what a will be getting? 0, right? And we will be getting our non-negative integral solutions. So precisely what I'm doing, I'm deducting 1 from each. So if I give them 1, they will be getting, ultimately they will be having 0, right? So for this equation, that is a minus 1 plus b minus 1 plus c minus 1 is equal to 5. That means a plus b plus c is equal to 8. I have to get positive integral solution, right? Why I am getting positive integral solution now? Because I have already deducted 1 from each of them. So if I distribute numbers to them, since they are 1 is already lesson, so if they are getting at least 1, they will be getting 0 solution. Okay. And still, if you are not clear, I'll just give you the formula for both the cases, so don't worry much about it. Mathematically, we are trying to do that, right? So a plus b plus c is equal to 8. Now we have to find out the positive integral solution of this equation. A plus b plus c is 8. 8 numbers are there, so there will be 7 gaps, or 8 apples are there, so there will be 7 gaps. Out of these 7 gaps, we have to choose 2, so we will be getting 3 partitions. So 7c2 is 7 into 6 by 2, that is 21, right? So there will be 21 non-negative integral solution for this equation, right? So it's really a bit difficult to understand, but I'll just give you the formula also for both the cases. Friends, generally I do not recommend the usage of formula, but some students are confused or they get confused with this concept. So just write down the formula also. So suppose we are having a plus b plus c is equal to n, right? Suppose there are r persons, right? And the sum of them is n. And the first case is positive integral solution. Okay, so the formula will be n minus 1 c r minus 1, right? And you can just put the values of n and r and get the answer, as like a plus b plus c was 8 right? So out of 8 we chose the 7 gaps, and there are 3 persons, so we make 2 partitions, so it was 7C2, right? If you put the value of n over here, that is 7, n minus 1 will be 7, and r minus 1 will be 3 minus 1, that is 2, right? So you can directly use this formula for positive integral solution, right? And if you wish non-negative integral solution, the formula will be non-negative integral solution. The formula will be n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1, right? That means suppose there are 3 persons, will be using the value of r as 3 and number of n, that is n is n. I suppose a plus b plus c is equal to 8, and I have to find out the non-negative integral solution. So just put the value of n and r in this equation and get the answer. What that answer will be? It's 8 plus 3 minus 1 c 3 minus 1, right? This 3 is the number that from each of them we are taking 1. So finally we are collecting 3 more, and that 3 more is added to right hand side. So 8 plus 3 minus 1 c3 minus 1, straightforward, you can use this formula, right? So 8 and 3 11 minus 1 10, c2 will be our answer. So it's 10 into 9 by 2, 45, right? So if you wish to find out the positive integral solution, that will be this: a plus b plus c is 8, that is 7 into 6 by 2, 21. And if you wish to find out the non-negative integral solution, that will be 45, right? For the same equation, we are having 2 types of solution. One is positive integral solution and other is non-negative integral solution. Now what's the difference between the two? Positive integral solution, that means at least 1 should be there, that means 0 is not at all allowed. And in non-negative integral solution, negative numbers are not allowed, but 0 is allowed, right? So this is the formula that you can use for non-negative integral solution. This is the formula that you can use for positive integral solution, right? I just take 1 or 2 examples based on this formula, so your concept is cleared once for all, right? Let's take that.